Alright guys, Papa Pepper back here once again with Pinkie-Pepper here at the Abundant Harvest Homestead. A lot of things going on around here lately, but what is the exciting news for this video?
Baby rabbits.
Baby rabbits. Had some more baby rabbits again. You heard me talk maybe in one of the last videos about how some didn't make it from one of our does, but the other doe had hers. They made it, so they're here, we're happy, and we're gonna check those out.
I'm picking strawberries with Monster Truck and Sweet Pepper. Tomorrow or the next day we're gonna have just a dessert, just for a snack or something. It's gonna have milk, ice cream, and strawberries. So we've already picked for 2 days. We have not half a gallon freezer bag yet, almost half, but this should get us up to half a gallon freezer bag. We're just freezing them so they stay good and fresh. And we're picking some that are almost ready. I mean, I didn't pick this one. And then we have some that are really nice and ready. So these are Purple King tuck peas, and the flowers are really pretty. And before they bloom, they're like a purple and a blue violet color right before they bloom.
And then do a pink and then purple pea.
So inside of these peas, or inside of the pea thingy, there's green peas. They're not purple. So, I didn't know that. And we like to eat these for snacks. We eat them fried up in a pan, and they're really good.
Looks like Belle got tired at breakfast time. Normally she doesn't do this. So a momentary moment of silence from our little one. Enjoy your slumber, my little one.
So the happy news right now is Runaway and her sister had babies. Her sister's babies died. I don't know, one was alive and it wasn't doing too well and it wouldn't nurse. So I put it in with Runaway's babies, but it ended up dying. So I'm gonna give her another chance or two, so we'll probably have her for 4 months, maybe. If I give her 2 chances. If I don't, we'll just have her like for a month or 2. And so she had 8 babies, Runaway did, and her sister had 6. So these babies, they're really fat. So I'm happy her babies lived and they didn't die, and I wanted her sister's babies to live. And one thing about her sister's babies was one of them had no tail. It just looked like a belly button where its tail would have been. I don't know why. So, here's one of them. It's a black one. So, Dad, see how you can see their teats?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a girl or not, but we're gonna see. If it's a girl when it grows up, maybe if you can see their teats when they're babies. They're girls, and if you can't, they're boys. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, because you can see all 6 teats. That one always pees. So she had 8. She had 4 runts, I think. But all the runts are fine and alive. So here's a runt. They're really lively, though. This one looks like Oreo. It's Ant. And they're fat. Even the runts are pretty fat. Here's another runt. I mean, they don't look as fat because they're smaller. It looks like Cloud. It's other ant. They kind of have the same stripe down their face. And I love this one. Because Red Pepper's rabbit, Cloud, Clover, all her babies died, I gave her this one that she can just, it's not really hers, but you know, she can hold it and stuff. It's really pretty. And see on this one, you can see the teats, but you can't see them as well. Like here's a teat, here's a teat, here's a teat, and here's a teat. And the other two are up here. And you can't see them as well, so maybe it's a buck, I don't know, or maybe it's just if they're fatter, you can see their teats easier. But, let's see. Here's another runt, and here's another runt. I think that's a different runt, I don't know. I think this might have been the same runt I just showed y'all, but here's a different one. All the runts, I think I have 4. It's just, normally you just have 2 runts. So, let's see, I'm kind of getting mixed up. I don't know. Here's another one. I think it's a different one, but I'm going to show you one I know for sure is a different one. Where's Piggy? Here's Piggy.
What'd you name that one?
Piggy?
Piggy. Yeah,
One of my
you're
rabbits
right. You're right.
had one like this, but it actually had a stripe in the middle, and I sold her with her nesting box a long time ago though. But this one looks just like her baby, except it was black here and a stripe here. But it's really
Why would you call that one Piggy?
because sometimes in little books, or some pigs, we had a pig that looked like this.
I'll see if I can find a picture.
Yeah.
Alright guys, Papa Pepper. This one at least started having her babies. I'm not sure if she's done. We saw something moving around this morning. We're going to check out exactly what it was. Oh. Oh. Monster truck. Oh, she's got placenta. That means she's done. So I'm calling that 7 little piglets. Look at them, son.
They're pink.
They are. They got partial pink. 7 little piglets. I don't think any escaped anywhere. We'll keep our eyes open. So now we're going to put them over in the area we prepared for her. But she's got 7 little piglets. Okay, I forget who guessed 7. Did anyone guess 7?
Thank you.
For the contest? You think you? I think you guessed 8.
Yeah.
Somebody guessed 10. I guessed 9.
There's a yucky stuff.
That's just what comes out afterwards. Oh, guys. Okay. Well, we got 7 piglets today. Well, we'll make sure that's it. But the mama gave birth today. I took a look at her from behind, and she looked a little different back there. I thought, uh-oh, she's either preparing to or it just happened. And we saw wiggling over here. So very cool, guys. All right, pop out.
We used to ride that pig. And then, here, let me see. 1, here's 2, let me see. Just to make sure I've showed you all the baby rabbits. Let's see. I think these are all the runts. Maybe if there's more, I'm gonna get the rest out.
How old are they right now?
They're a day old, 2 days old.
1 day old.
What would you call it? They were born yesterday night.
Yeah, so 1 day. They were alive yesterday and today.
Oh, I have 5 runts. Here's
What?
another runt.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have 3 big ones. So if I sell that doe right there, I have replacements for her. When I sell rabbits, I like to have replacements for them. The replacements for her will be coconut. Red Pepper helped me name the other ones. She said good names for the other 2 does. I think they does. I'm gonna text them again just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure coconut's a doe. was Paprika and Sunglow are the other ones. They're two red ones. And then we have Pepsi and Pepper, which are the bucks. One of those does, I kind of want to keep a red one because we've actually never had a red doe that looks like them. We've never actually had a red doe. We've had a whole red buck that was all the way red, but we were trying to get into wild color rabbits. But I don't have any of those right now. Runaway, her grandma, she was the only one who actually had wild color babies, and we sold her, and we didn't think about that. I didn't want to sell her because she was my first rabbit, but Dad did, so we sold her. But we kind of should have kept her and got some of the wild color babies out of her. I mean, we still had two. We had her daughter, and then another rabbit that was just, we got from some friends that was wild color. I don't know what I was saying, but we also, they're in here just so they're secure because there's animals that will eat them. Once we had one of our friends' rabbits, it was in this cage when we lived up there in a little house. And we're not sure about how, but it was gone in the morning. And we hadn't heard anything that night. I guess we heard a few dogs barking, and I mean, we didn't really think anything about it because there's a dog across the street from us when we lived there. And, you know, she barks all the time. And it was missing. So we keep them in here and we really make sure they're locked. And we haven't had any rabbits disappear here. That was the first time a rabbit had disappeared. And we never found it again. We're not sure really what happened to it. But during the day, on sunny days or whatever days, we will let the rabbits go out, but if they have babies, we don't let them go out. Into the duck pen or the guinea pen. And sometimes I do that when I'm breeding. I mean, it gets really kind of crazy because in a smaller pen or a big pen like this, it's easy for them to get the doe because she can't run around really far and stuff. But in those guinea and duck pens, they go crazy. They are running everywhere. And the does will hide in the grass and the buck will be running around and you can't find them. But so yeah, we let them out so you don't need to feel bad for them. And when they do have babies like this, they get grass and stuff, so they still get grass. And I don't know why I named her Runaway. I know why I named her Runaway. I named her Runaway because she looks exactly like her grandma, but she doesn't run away. So this is an open grate and all the poop falls through to the bottom and we can catch it. So
What do we do with that?
put it in the garden.
Use it in the garden. This is one of these raised beds that I actually just filled the other day. When we were able to get back to town and get more mulch, I was able to lift some of the old pathways where the soil kind of breaks down, or where the wood chips break down and turn into soil. So you got some cabbages planted here. These are some different squash, and the kids have a row of popcorn planted behind them. And on the back row, we've got some mosaic long beans. So should have a number of different stuff, bunch of sprawling stuff in front, some nice tall stuff in the back, and then vines climbing in the back row. But happy to be getting some of these in. I've got some more work to do weeding here and a couple different things to plant, but some of our chard is doing okay, some of our dinosaur kale, and then I think in the back row, these ones should be the Fort Portal jade beans, which are absolutely beautiful and green. And the cool thing too is we're accommodating for a lot of the passion fruit. This is wild passion fruit growing up. We're just gonna let it run. Got some more here that we're beginning to train up the wall. And love that, like the fruit snacks of the forest. Cool, there's another one coming in over there. It'll just come up here. We'll let some other beans grow up the back row here. And then this is the one I'm currently working on filling. And you can see we've got carp skeletons to bury in there too. When I shoot them, I fillet them. We've been canning it, very tasty lately. And then letting the chickens pet clean the carcasses. When it's pretty much a skeleton, we bury that in here, and it'll kind of provide some long-term stuff for our food, for our plants.
Guys, this is exciting. My seeds are sprouting.
What do you got going on?
In the back row by the black fencing, I have some mosaic long beans.
And those are tasty. What color do they turn?
Purple.
Are they the
Light
purple
purple.
ones or the pink? Yeah, light purple,
Yeah.
pink, yeah.
And then
by that stick, the end of the stick, to the back by the
Beans.
beans, there is kids' popcorn.
So that's popcorn we've been growing since 2016 and saving every year. And how does it taste?
Really good.
Really good.
And then in these containers here, I have some Desi squash.
Can you show me? So Desi squash is one of the varieties we got from Baker Creek. Can you just lift it up a little bit from the front? Just tilt it back. Yeah. And it takes 40 days to maturity, which is really cool. So we're gonna let those grow. And do you remember why we built these little boxes?
So the bugs don't eat them.
So the bugs don't eat them. We'll let them get established, let them grow up a little bit, and then we take them off so the pollinators can get to them. But that one's got like 5 in it. This one's got 1. I don't see any here yet, and there's a couple over there. And then,
A few sprouting seeds in there, but they're just barely.
so you did a lot of the planting here in this particular bed, right? And who helped you?
Bell pepper.
Little
she planted
Bell.
this one.
Okay. And who planted the cabbage on the end?
You.
I did. Are you excited to be eating this stuff soon enough?
So these baby rabbits are old enough to go. If Coconut's a doe, like I said, I will probably be keeping her or a red one or both because I'm planning on getting rid of their dad who looks exactly like this. He's next to Runaway right now. I'm gonna breed all my does right now with him and keep his brother, Snowman, as my breeding buck. So this batch, it was kind of funny. Their mom and dad look like this, and then his brother, should be a boy. And they gave me a white, red, brown one, and 2 red ones. So I mean, it's just kind of cool. And these will be going, I'll probably be selling them for like $15 or $10 or something each. And once I find out which ones are actually does, I'll just keep some anyway, just for replacements if any die or if we sell any more. And they're pretty good at getting held onto. They will run away sometimes, but if they have grass like this, they should stay.
Well, here you can see all those mowing some grass. And around here we're pretty hands-on with the rabbits. We don't eat them. We don't eat any rodents. We mostly just have them as something cool to kind of reproduce. They serve purposes. They are part of our lawn mowing kind of maintenance crew. So there's different fenced-in areas, as Pinkie was talking about, that we allow them to go through. And they sit here nibbling down all the grass. And yeah, and then of course the rabbit manure is absolutely great for us, for our garden, especially because normally around here it's rock and clay. So sometimes people don't really touch the babies at all either because they fear that the mom is going to reject them. But we're handling the bucks, the does all the time anyway, and we really haven't had an issue with them doing that, where they've rejected them because we've touched them. That may be the case in some people's setups or with some people's rabbits or animals, but I wouldn't say that that's really affected it much here at all.
We haven't actually ever had a doe reject her babies. We don't really mess with the babies right when they're born or mess with their moms too much because they kind of...
She was chasing one of the little ones around.
they're not really scared of us, but they do try to have fun.
Yeah.
And run away.
And then like the chicken pen, the chickens really peck about everything done. You can go put those back. But in the duck pen and the guinea pen, like Pinkie was talking about, is where our sheep or goats or rabbits, we kind of periodically have them run through. I'm working on another archway here, actually on this side of the whole deal. Those are all those raised beds we're putting in. And actually transplanted some of these guys. So those are passion fruits, guys. If you've never had passion fruit, they're absolutely amazing. But here's a good example for 2 reasons. Number 1, you can probably see there's a lot of grass growing up. But if you look at some of it too, a lot of it, the tops are all nibbled off by the sheep. So we're expecting rain right now, but otherwise we'll be letting the rabbits run back in there. And we've actually done really well with our rabbits eating a good high amount of greens. If you kind of switch them from pellet feed to straight up greens, you're going to give them diarrhea. They're going to have some issues. It's not going to work out well for them, and they may actually even die. But if you do it kind of slowly and ease them into it, they can actually get to the point where they're eating a lot of their own, of just the natural greens, kind of like a wild rabbit would. Guys, it's probably been a little bit since I actually had this pond in the video, but it's actually relatively clear. We've got about 18 inches to 2 feet of visibility. For a while now, I've just been adding in some plants. You can see in here, there's some cattails. There's some watercress too. I've got some ideas. I don't know if you can see behind me, there's a bunch of daisies, and kind of working through some landscaping. I did actually drop a tree on top of this too, and it broke one of my backdrops there. But I'll just fix that up a little bit and see if it don't, you know, still work for us. But happy with this so far. I've got some more plans for it. And it's a peaceful place. I like to come out here in the morning and, you know, maybe have a cup of coffee, spend some time thinking about my day, my life, other things, and really been enjoying it. So I got buckets everywhere, but you can see those flowers behind Pinkie-Pepper a little bit better. Got different plants and stuff growing up around here. And then we're phasing through some stuff around here too, so I've got a lot of piles of brush and piles of firewood. Now we got to have the sheep mow down my driveway again too. That's getting thick and green. This is the garden driveway here in the middle of the screen. So I've got temporary fence there. We just, of course, in the heat of the day we don't do it, and if it's going to be raining we don't do it because they're going to need shelter from either the sun or the rain.
This thing out like this themselves. We just put them in here today. Daisy, Kathy, and Coffee are 3 Shetland Fin Jacob sheep lambs from this year. Mowed this down, and Blueberry our goat. She's not here right now. She's at a friend's house, hopefully getting bread. So that's why she's not.
But now we've got our meat chicks cruising around out here. Some are kind of more city chickens, just going with the store-bought food. Some of them are more self-sufficient wild chickens, foraging for a meal. We accept both. They'll both be joining us for dinner, whatever kind they are. And yeah, just happy to have another place. Eventually I want to put up a little hut like I have for these guys, for the chickens and the ducks. I'll just put up another little building, but we're letting the lumber dry right now, and then I'll also finish the mini barn back there in the middle. Once we get to that point. Oh, somebody's playing King of the Mountain. Hey Daisy, you the king of the mountain? Queen of the mountain? Yeah, I'm gonna shove all that stuff back around the root cellar build here and finish that up soon. So we got some cool weather going on today too. It's half sunny, half cloudy. It was raining a bit. It's kind of windy. Real dark over there where it's gone past us. Real light coming. I've actually got a fire smoking. Going to do some chicken thighs over the fire. You know, the other day we had a torrential downpour. It was almost like Elijah versus the prophets of Baal, because there was actually like a whole moat of water around our fire pit. The wood was completely soaked and stuff like that, but lucky for us, I'm part hobo, so I got a fire going anyway. And what we do, some venison tenderloin, and then I threw some carp fillets on there too, and we did something else. Wow, that is dark.
Maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna get that chicken on while we have an opportunity here. But that's the exciting news. Baby rabbits, and then of course a lot of other stuff going on here. And check this out. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's that stick right here. See that stick? I'll zoom in. That's actually a mulberry I got paid to prune at somebody's house. So I went over there, got paid to prune that thing, and then shoved it in the dirt. And I think it's gonna root from the bottom and grow from the top. We'll be able to have the chickens fertilize it for us. It'll provide them some shade, And then we'll get food from it, right guys? So these are our older guineas working on a little bit of pest control and property maintenance. And here's the guineas. Did you hatch those?
Yeah.
So these are the little guineas Pinkie-Pepper hatched, which kind of just look like quail right now. Whoa, the big ones are kind of scared of them.
They're getting their dewlaps and their horns in right now.
Cool. So that'll be 9 guineas for us if those 4 make it to adulthood. Still trying to replenish our original supply, and it looks like those babies are trying to look up to those big ones. Whoa, they went right in there. That's their old house. So they've been hanging out with the chickens lately, but that is their pen. Hey little guys, what's going on? I know. I know.
Their beaks are like savage. They're not like chicken beaks. They're like eagle beaks. No.
Pinkie, shut down the video.
So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Pinkie out.